Hello and welcome to AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate Qualification. In this video, we will discuss a bit history of AWS. So although AWS was launched officially in 2006, but its idea was first presented in 2003. Chris Pinkham and Benjamin Black were engineers working in Amazon, and they presented a paper describing a vision for Amazon's real computing infrastructure. And this infrastructure was going to be completely standardized, automated, and would rely extensively on web services for services such as storage, internal network, and compute capabilities. So near the end, they mentioned the possibility of selling virtual servers as a service and proposing the company could generate revenue from the new infrastructure investment. The first AWS service launched for public usage was Simple Queue Service, and it was launched in November 2004. Amazon EC2 was built by a team in Cape Town, South Africa. Since it's just the initial of the course, so I would describe what is EC2. EC2 is just a servers that are launched in AWS. So you can say it may be a Windows server or Linux server, and the full form of EC2 is Elastic Compute Cloud, and we will discuss it in detail in the coming lectures. So since it was officially launched in 2006, Amazon Web Services provides official services for other websites or client-side applications. And most of these services are not exposed directly to end users, but instead offer functionality that other developers can use in their applications. And Amazon Web Services offers are accessed over HTTP using the REST architectural style and SOAP protocol. All these services were built based on uses, so that is how this model came, pay per usage basis. And at that time the billing varies from service to service, and same has been followed right now as well. In June 2007, Amazon claimed that more than 180,000 developers had signed up to use Amazon Web Services. That was a huge number at that particular time. And in November 2010, it was reported that all the Amazon.com retail web services had been moved to AWS. So apart from this, in April 2011, some parts of the Amazon Web Services suffered a major outage. That was a setback in the history of AWS, and portion of volumes using the EBS, Elastic Block Store service, became stuck. So users were unable to access EBS volumes, and hence they were unable to fulfill read and write requests. It took at least 2 days for service to be fully restored, and on June 29, 2012, several websites that rely on AWS were taken offline due to a severe storm of historic proportions in Northern Virginia, where AWS largest data center cluster is located. So these incidents tell us that yes, there has been some situations when their data centers has crashed due to some natural calamities or due to some internal outages, internal mistakes. So that is why they have built various regions, and within the regions they have defined various data centers well known as zones, so that they can provide high availability to their customers. So coming on to next major outage that occurred in October 2012, and it affected many sites such as Reddit, Foursquare, Pinterest, and others. The cause was a latent memory leak bug in an operational data collection agent. And in 2012 December month, AWS suffered another outage, causing websites such as Netflix instant video to be unavailable for customers in the northern United States. And later, AWS has to give a statement detailing the issues with the elastic load balancing service that led up to the outage. So if we just ignore few of the outages that has been done, AWS has been quite reliable throughout the time. And this is obvious, like if some technology is coming into the environment, so we can expect some outages and some malfunctioning in the initial days. But now this has been very much reliable, and AWS has been working on this very relentlessly, so they have been able to provide a highly available environment. So some of the notable customers of AWS at the initial days were NASA, Netflix, and they were the part of Barack Obama presidential elections also. They contributed in that as well. And in October 2013, it was revealed that AWS was awarded a $600 million contract with the CIA. So that was a very big deal for AWS. And in August 2014, AWS received Department of Defense-wise provisional authorization for all US regions. And in April 2015, AWS was reported to be profitable with sales of $1.57 billion in the first quarter of the year and $265 million of operating income. So that was a huge margin. Founder Jeff Bezos described it as a fast-growing $5 billion business, and analytics described it as surprisingly more profitable than forecast. So in 2016, AWS engineer James Hamilton created a 10-year timeline of the online service. In 2016, AWS founder Andy Jassy was named CEO of the division. In the first quarter of 2016, Amazon experienced a 42% rise in stock values as a result of increased earnings, of which AWS contributed 56% to the company profit. And with a 50% increase in revenues in the past few years, it is predicted AWS will have $13 billion in revenue in 2017. So it has been a very good journey for AWS as of now. And on February 2017, AWS again experienced massive outage of S3 services in its Northern Virginia data center. A majority of websites which relied on AWS S3 for operation hung or stalled. So no data has been reported to be lost as a result of the outage. And within 5 hours, Amazon reported that AWS was fully online again. And the root cause of the outage was found to be a human error code. So I read some article from AWS on this, and they had given a brief explanation of this issue. And the issue was the coder who was doing some testing, he selected a huge bunch of IP addresses which should not have been selected. He should only have selected the testing IPs, and he ran the code, due to which all the S3 devices which were mapped, they went down and it became a major outage for them. So I think this is what we have now in history section. So thank you for listening. We will meet in next video. Thank you.